No, I go to a lot of effort to find gay porn for us, and I don't like that you just deleted it off your computer for some reason.
Oh, it's long gone.
Keep an archive. At this point, when people ask me, like, what's the podcast about? I say, we watch gay porn.
Oh, really?
I've said that to several people, yes.
Oh, I tell people we're an introspective on film.
Yeah, well, both can be true.
Live from Cool Boys Central.
Oh, hi, Mark.
You're the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
Hold your dicks and rub your tits.
You'll be ice cold.
Here come the Cool Boys.
Just a young boy.
So cool.
Hi, I'm Chaz Dean.
So cool.
So cool.
Oh, it's Cool Boys.
I can fuck the hottest fucking men around.
All right, you guys want to hear some fucking real shit that I haven't talked to you guys about in a while?
Yes.
All right, guys. So I fucking shattered my back left bottom molar the other day.
Oh, really? Ow.
Yeah,
What?
it fucking hurts like hell, and I have a temporary crown on it, and I get a real crown put on it in 2 days. So yeah, and the temporary crown sucks. It hurts. It does not fit to my jaw, to my teeth structure, my dental structure, and it pains me.
Well, okay, I guess we're talking about like what's happened last week or, you know, bad things that have happened recently. Guys, I cut my finger open tonight slicing bread.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's huge.
It's not that big of a deal.
No, it's huge. It's a
huge.
really big cut.
Oh.
That sucks. Sorry, Noli.
Folk, what did you break today? Your cock?
No, nothing. Everything's functioning properly. I had a nice day.
Okay.
Greetings, Cool Boy Nation, and welcome to a super special installment of the Cool Boys Podcast. Part 1. Wait, god damn it. I'm reading the wrong fucking document. Greetings, Cool Boy Nation.
You're teasing them for next week.
And welcome to another installment of the Cool Boys Podcast. Fabulous boner moments and movies. He doesn't have a name, so death can't find him. I know what this is from. He doesn't have a home or people to care for. He's not afraid of anything, men least of all. He's fast and strong like the big wind. He can hear 100 miles and see 100 miles underwater. He can hide in the shadow of the noon sun. He can be right behind you, and you won't even know it till you're dead. They're trying to make it sound like that character is cool and is built up, but he really hasn't done much except survive on his own and run away from danger throughout that whole movie. I'm Fabulous Felk. That was from Waterworld.
Yeah, it doesn't really sound that intimidating. I mean, it's like amazing in a trailer.
Yeah.
But when you just kind of read what she's saying, it's like, oh, he can see 100 miles underwater. Good.
Yeah, his first instinct is to throw the kid overboard after they escape.
Is this the kid's line to like the bad guy at the end being like, he's coming for you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering like if this was from the trailer or from like...
It is.
Or just the taglines. This is in the trailer?
They use it in the trailer, yeah. I remember it. I remember that trailer.
Yep. This is the trailer line.
I love it in the movie because this is a montage right here. And he's like in the boat, like going up like shafts and like chains and like shooting people and like people are dying and you're just like, oh my gosh, he's so correct. He's the best.
Mm-hmm. It's the best.
But they never establish anywhere in the movie that he can hear 100 miles or see it. So it's just her like embellishing like how badass he is. Okay, gotcha.
The correct thing is he can breathe underwater. The end.
And he can fuck the hottest men.
That's all we know about him.
Hottest men around.
Most of the cool shit was his boat, and his boat's destroyed at that point. So he's just a fucking guy with webbed feet.
He can swim really fast.
Yeah, you can just barely see the zip line he's holding on to for some reason.
Guys, hot take, Waterworld for me is a 4 out of 5, Cool Boys.
5 out of 5.
1 out of 5.
Oh,
Waterworld's pretty bad, dude.
Dude, it's a fucking action adventure epic.
Waterworld's awesome.
Back when they actually fucking had an idea and they went with it and didn't
get out of here,
did it in one
it's
movie.
It's a ripoff of the Road Warrior that they threw money at and wasted money because back in the 90s, water was really expensive. You made your movie with water and it cost like twice as much as it should cost. And unless you're James Cameron, don't do it.
And the movie was so fucking good that they made a sequel The Postman.
Kind of, yeah. It's on land.
Postman, 1 out of 5.
So we have any
Postman is 4 out of 5. It's
any
a
emails
little
or any
bit
things we can
not
move
as
on
good.
to? So we're not talking about Waterworld.
We don't have anything else to talk about tonight, guys. It's a Waterworld surprise episode.
Ballard, who
I
are
never
you?
said my name. I'm Boner Ballard. Oh, you're okay. So Felk, you were I'm Fabulous Felk. Right?
I'm Fabulous Felk.
I'm Boner Ballard.
And I'm Installment Noli?
I don't understand that one at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Fabulous Boners installment is just part of the opening text. I was so uninspired for names tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So cool. And gentlemen, we have an email. This email is a continuing conversation we've been having, a correspondence, if you will, with Cool Boy Larry, who's actually kind of changed his name and given us a nickname to call him from now on. But yeah, he's replying to Nolan's text or Nolan's email. But let's kind of get you guys, Cool Boy Nation, up to date in case this is your first episode or if you missed the episode in which Cool Boy Larry, we spoke to him. So Cool Boy Larry pretty much says to us that he's sick of all the bullshit we've been doing recently, and we concur, especially Nolan. But he wants to hear more about Felk's sex life, and he wants a 10-episode miniseries all about Felk and all his fucking. And then Nolan pretty much wrote back to him and said he wants that too, but like John Travolta's hair, Felk won't talk about it. And then Felk did say in that episode when we were discussing this, that he might want to do a miniseries, actually, that he actually liked the idea. So, Cool Boy Larry replied to Noli, and he writes, "Thanks, Noli. He won't even talk about it? Even keeping names and details vague? I may have to stop listening. P.S. You can call me Lar, or Lair, short for Larry, pronounced like Lair. Love your body, Cool Boy Lair." So now he's going by Cool Boy Lair.
Hi, Cool Boy Lair.
He misspelled
Nolan,
pronounce.
Nolan, is this you? Nolan, is this just you like having a correspondence with yourself?
Pronounced.
Yeah, why is he spelled pronounced?
Yeah,
Is that your spelling, Ballard, or did Cool Boy Lair actually write
That's not my
pronounced?
spelling. I know how to spell pronounced.
Anyways.
Anyways. I love how like here's the thing. The real Cool Boy Larry, possibly Aaron, is laughing his ass off going, "Look at him. I've made him start to fight. Ha ha ha. They're fighting."
Fighting at all.
I've created internal damnation in between them all, and now I will watch as they fall and crumble.
Again, I'm the only one who's actually been willing to like discuss, hey, Mark, how's your sex life? I answer that question. I will. I've given plenty of details, but I've never given them with structure and narrative, and that's what I'm interested in doing.
Telling them like a real story, like an anthology.
Well, sometimes it's just like I
structure.
met a drunk girl at a bar, and she was grabbing at my dick, and she followed me home, and I fucked her. Like, there's not. Some of these stories can't be interesting, but some of these stories are very interesting. Or maybe not interesting at all. Maybe you'll be like, I'll be telling a story about how I had my first threesome that turned into a foursome that turned into a fivesome.
Hot.
All the women, and you'll be like, boring. Get on to the next thing. Let's talk about Waterworld more. I don't know.
I just said hot. I like just listening to that. I was like, hot. That sounds hot, and you're just like boring.
That won't even be until part 2.
Oh, well, it sounds like Felk, Cool Boy Lair, you're going to get what you want.
You're just gonna
Cool
get a
Boy
little
Lair.
tease for that. A little playing card, and I'll look into it. If you recall, our 8th episode, I believe, or maybe 7th, was me talking about butt stuff and doing butt stuff. And I was like, here's my butt stuff stories. And your guys were like, oh, I can't talk about it. Can't talk about it. So I was like, okay, well.
No, we cannot talk about it. We don't have anything to talk about. Don't act like we know. Like Noli and I have secret butt sex on the side that we don't know, but that we're not letting you know about.
There's
Like
2 people on this podcast that aren't me. Anyways, so I veered us away from personal stories because I didn't want to be the only one talking about that shit, even though I had plenty of stories to tell and would have happily done like a.
Hey, I've been honest. I've been super honest. I've talked about my edema. I've talked about coming in my eye.
It's true. Okay, that you have added honesty. That's fine. But it was more that just the direction of the podcast didn't go in that way. We didn't become a talking sex and stuff.
I think I beg to
podcast.
differ. That's pretty much the way we went.
No, we talked about movies after a while.
Yes, movies. Yes.
Gay porn movies.
Yes, gay porn movies.
Yeah, that became a gay porn podcast.
Somewhere around episode 46.
I got one question.
Yes.
What do I wear?
Just to kill.
Yeah, Dress to Kill. That's correct.
Okay, I'll dress to kill.
Well, cool boys, time to move on to our cool boys' fabulous boner moments in movies. The setup is this. In the beginning, there were a lot. Wait, what? I did.
Noli, what is this?
In the beginning, there was a lots of boners. Then there were a few boners, but now, there are just a little boners. That's right, you horny hemorrhoids. We've popped so many boners, so many boners indeed, that we are out. And Weesa just got one last shaft to stroke. Well, why is okay? Jar Jar. Will Visa be the last boner? The sixth to last boner, or who the fuck cares?
Cool Boy Nation, I think Noli is making a Jar Jar joke, not an incredibly racist joke.
Yes.
Well, okay,
Right?
again, why not both?
The line is blurred.
Put some freshies in the hat. There's no time limit. I fuck the hottest men. Fuck it. Let them go, Murph. Need them freshies. Fresh boners is what I always like to say. So fresh, I gotta have them. Them, fuck, dicks, Baywatch, I'm lost. All three cool boys have entered
What's
different
lost?
fabulous moments from movies we call boners into our cool boy boner hat. After fucking 20 episodes, we decided to make that make sense, huh?
Finally,
Yeah.
make it really clear, crystal clear.
I, Felk,
Crystal.
will randomly, I don't know how to translate that, draw 6 moments this episode, and we now we're in 6, huh?
No,
This-
6, okay.
This episode, and then we will discuss all the fabulous boners they gave us. Now, no one has seen each other's entries, so it'll be a nice little surprise, even for us, every time a new boner moment is drawn. One last thing to mention before we start popping some fucking boners. Each boner moment drawn will have a discussion limit of 5 minutes maximum. Not enforced. Okay, cool boys. The first boner from the boner hat is of the cool boys boner hat. Okay, cool boys. The first boner from the cool boys boner hat is.
No, but I think we're at 6 now because 10 minutes was too long, so now we are down to 5 minutes just to keep the show moving.
Yeah, it's 5 times 6 is 30, so it should be under
Or
an
we
hour
get stuck
still,
talking about a pizza slice for 10 minutes, which was actually great content.
which is really it's amazing. It's surprising.
Just a little anti-Semitic, but other than that.
I think it was fucking proud
yeah.
Semitic.
Was it?
It was absolutely it was
Ballard focus on someone's nose for
Jewish
for 10
He
minutes.
says
Proud and
judos like
Jewish.
4 times.
Jewish and proud.
He is.
Yeah.
All right, time limit will be enforced, gentlemen.
Okay, coming to us from Nolan, the first boner from the boner hat. What is the most fabulous boner-inducing action scene in a Michael Bay film?
Flim.
Yeah.
It's spelled flim?
Yeah, it's spelled phlegm.
Okay,
And I'm
so
not
film.
changing it. All right, hold on, I'll change it. I just showed
This
it to
is
you.
an old one. I submitted this like years ago.
Oh, that's why I wanted to show it to you, because you misspelled film.
Aw.
This is one of my oldest ones. This is maybe the first one I ever gave you.
Wow.
And I know my answer, but I want to hear your guys' answers.
Most fabulous boner-inducing moment in a Michael Bay film.
And guys, the clock is ticking.
No, phlegm.
Flim, right?
It says action scene.
Yeah.
Yes, not scene, action scene.
Action scene, yes. It just says action scene in a Michael Bay film. So I added the most fabulous boner-inducing action scene to make
Okay,
it
action
spicier.
scene then. Fine, action scene.
I know
okay.
exactly what it is.
The showers, probably.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Nope.
Sir, we know why you're out here. God knows I agree with you.
We were at an elevated
From an
position.
elevated position, Commander.
We were covered
Did not
from
give
an
that
elevated
order.
position.
Did not give that order.
God, now I can't watch The Rock without thinking about Jeff Stryker coming on people from an elevated position.
You walked into the wrong room. I fucked the hottest men.
Hottest fucking men around.
We fucked the same hottest men in the same mud.
All right.
All right,
Somebody
Ballard, come
fucking
on,
give
you
their
gotta
answer.
Have something. What's going
I
on?
have
Ballard?
something. I have
What is
something,
it?
but this wasn't my boner.
I'll go last.
Why are you going last? It's your boner. Lead the content.
Okay,
Why are you
guys.
having such trouble talking about what your favorite action scene in a Michael Bay film is?
I don't have trouble. I was letting you guys go first. I was being a gentleman.
Go first, Nolan.
I'm going to pick something from Michael Bay's first movie
Oh shit. Okay, that was maybe mine. I was gonna pick The Run.
because I remember being 4 years old and watching all of a sudden this car chase take place, and the music was thumping, and fucking beautiful Will Smith is running,
Dun 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 dun.
and beautiful Martin Lawrence is
You were
jumping
fucking 4 years
on
old.
the taxi cabs. The music is fucking out of control. And I remember at the time at 4 years old thinking, like, this is a director to watch.
Wait, you were 4 years old watching it?
Yeah. But guys, more importantly, I remember like just the slow-mos of like Will Smith running, and I was like, dude, this is a fucking movie star right here. Like, this guy is like legit action star material right here. And by the time that scene was over, I was like, that was one of the best things I've ever seen. I'm gonna watch every movie this guy ever makes, unless it's Transformers 4 or 5.
Okay, but Nolan, you and then the end of that scene is his first 360 shot ever on
Yeah,
cinema.
no, that 6-7 minutes of Mark Messina blasting in my ear is maybe a top 10 moment in film.
That would have been my boner moment, but then at the last minute, I thought of actually my most boner-inducing action scene in a Michael Bay film, and it also comes from his first film in Bad Boys. It's the scene at the end of the film, or just near the end of the film, where Martin Lawrence is driving Will Smith's 911 turbo black Porsche, and he's chasing whatever his fucking name is, the bad guy in the fucking whatever it is, Shelby Cobra, right? And they're like gunning it at these like, you know, I don't know, like airport blast walls or something. And there's a slight little sliver of hole in between two cement giant blast walls, and only one car can get through. And my fucking boner moment is when Martin Lawrence takes a shit while in the Porsche, and he's just shitting himself because all the camera shows is a close-up of Martin Lawrence's face, and he's just going, ooh, and he looks like he's taking a fucking shit. He actually looks like he's taking a shit on film, and it's one of my favorite moments in that movie. It's probably my most boner-inducing moment.
The scene where
Really?
Martin Lawrence takes a shit on camera in Bad Boys, because I don't think that happens. But
No, he's really, okay.
the scene
It
happens.
looks-
I know what scene you're
It
talking
looks
about.
like
That's
it.
how you
See,
shit.
There's another moment.
Now that's how you shit.
That's how you drive. Yeah, that's how you shit. So there's another movie, right? A New Hope, in which right as Han escapes
it.
the Death Star with Chewie,
What?
it cuts to, hang on.
It's
it
his
cuts to
favorite
the
Michael Bay
cockpit,
action scene.
And Han Solo leans over a little bit, right? And Chewie goes immediately. Well, if you add a fart sound there, which I like to do when I watch that scene, so Han leans over, he releases some gas, and then Chewie goes. I add shit sounds in movies to make the movie, sometimes a movie I already love, more entertaining. That moment in Bad Boys is one when I was a kid, I did that. Sometimes I do cat meows. Trust me, it's fucking funny. You just randomly went, yeah, no, I'm a real cool person to hang out with when you watch a movie.
Wow.
All right, my favorite action scene from a Star Wars film directed by Michael Bay
Yeah.
is I'm gonna pick the entire Sean Connery escape in The Rock. I mean, I don't know if you can count that all as one scene from the elevator down to like the Humvee, but if it's just the car chase itself, that is like peak car chase, like how you stage one.
That is.
Yeah, that's his second best thing he's ever filmed for sure.
That might be, and this is sacrilegious, I know, that might be the best car chase ever in San Francisco.
Yeah, no, I mean, sacrilegious.
I don't
Why?
think that's
Because of bullets.
sacrilegious.
I mean, I
There's a
think
bullet, yeah.
I
There's a
love
bullet.
Steve McQueen. I got posters of him and all kinds of shit. But even I acknowledge that, like, that was more of a blueprint how you handled that stuff then. Michael Bay refined it. He made it
I
into
think so.
something.
Yeah.
Very.
It's kind of crazy that we haven't gotten a car chase in San Francisco really since 1996, and I haven't.
No,
seen...
they just had one in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
There's one in Venom.
Yeah, I was about to say Venom or I don't count
Yeah.
those though. Like, I want an action movie, not a fucking Marvel or whatever movie. An action movie.
Well,
It's just weird
I
that
mean-
for okay, so at least 20 years went by before we even got that in a Marvel movie.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
that's weird.
I know when I think of hard as fuck masculine action movie, I think of the city of San Francisco.
I do.
I mean, they don't really go together well.
Yes,
I think they go together perfectly. Fucking
Because the hills, everything's hilly,
No,
and you can.
fucking Dirty Harry was there for years. Made great films in San Francisco. Hard as fuck, man films.
Yeah, but that San Francisco doesn't exist anymore. It's long dead.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I've only been there like twice.
I live there.
I couldn't find parking the entire time I was there. It was really a fucking problem. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, I think so. That's the end of that conversation.
Coming from Felk.
Coming from Felk.
Me. What is the best Bond, that's James Bond, opening credit sequence? No, we haven't.
We didn't talk about this in our James Bond films.
We skipped over it. We never
We
actually
didn't talk about this
discussed.
when Dorn did his best opening sequences. We didn't talk about Bond then. Okay.
Have we ever discussed the actual opening credits? Which one's your favorite? I don't remember.
I thought we did because I thought it said
not opening
Goldfinger.
credits scene. We're talking about the credits, like with the text on screen and the girls dancing.
Correct.
That's what we're talking
Yeah.
about. Okay,
The
we haven't talked
song's a
about that.
factor. The girls
I don't think we
dancing is a
talked about it.
factor, and the credits is a factor. We have not
Oh, okay.
talked about this.
I don't think we
All
talked
right.
about it
I thought I did. Okay.
because the best opening scene is Goldeneye, and the best opening credits is Goldeneye.
God damn it! I also will pick GoldenEye.
Wait,
Yeah.
what are we doing? Opening scene or opening credits?
Credits.
Oh Jesus Christ, we're doing credits.
Best Bond opening credit sequence.
And I hit the nail on the head with both. So there you go.
I actually would go with Goldfinger.
Goldeneye is a reboot of the Goldfinger intro. We have the girls,
Yeah.
we
They brought
have
it
the
back.
guns, we have the Russian influence, we have the sexy song. Tina Turner sounds like, what's her name?
Shirley Bassey.
It's a perfect 60s song in a 90s film.
It's an homage.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I actually really, I mean, just in terms of like, I almost want to judge them because at the time I was a teen, just how much tit you could see. And I
it was
feel
wonderful.
like, which one has the most nudity?
Oh.
I'm
It's
gonna
gonna be a
venture
Roger
out and
Moore
say
one.
I think The World Is Not Enough actually.
Yeah,
has
I was
the
gonna
most
say maybe
visible
World
nudity.
is Not enough, or Tomorrow Never Dies. I thought they actually had dresses on in that one, right?
Yeah, well, Tomorrow Never Dies also has like it intercuts him with no, that's Die Another Day. Tomorrow Never Dies didn't impress me that much. It was all digital stuff. Yeah.
Die Another Day. I guess it was. Yeah, The World's Not Enough.
Another day.
Yeah, GoldenEye was awesome. That was a good one. That was a nice way to kind of homage, but I guess you guys are kind of, for me, hitting it on the head with the homage. I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's an homage of something that's already great, you know, and I like Goldfinger a lot. I mean, Goldfinger's original, they actually projected onto the women because they couldn't do it any other way at that time.
No.
You know, that's like, that's in-camera lighting effects. That's fucking hard to do, and I'm sure they had multiple takes because it was just some woman lying down in black and then have her model another way and play another scene from the movie on her. But it took some time back then, and that wasn't an era where you didn't have a lot of perfectionists, especially when it came to like B teams. So you had a lot of people who probably wanted to get to the end of their day to go get a Manhattan at the bar, and hang out with some
There's
guys.
not a martini.
What?
Not a medium dry vodka martini.
Oh my god! I bet you on those sets, most of those guys cannot stand martinis because they're all over the place, probably, right?
Drinking Coors
Everyone's
Light.
joking about them. But regardless of that. So I just really love Goldfinger. Plus, it's my introduction to Bond. I mean, it was my first Bond, and that song to this day is exactly what I think a Bond song is.
It's great.
I think of anything Bond, it goes immediately there, and then I do think of Tina Turner, and then I do think of Adele, actually.
Yeah, I think Adele's Skyfall was the closest thing we had to a Sean Connery song, and that's why I love the Skyfall
I
song.
love the song too.
Yeah.
I just don't like the actual opening credits that go with it.
Yes.
It's just like a lot of like stags and deers and shit. It's like there's not a lot of sexy ladies, and I hate that Casino Royale didn't have any sexy ladies. That one's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, that's crap.
and because
I love Casino Royales, actually.
It was weird to me. I remember watching that when I saw it was on his Baby Boy Ballard and it was on screen. I was like, why is this so much fighting happening with cards and diamonds and
Yeah,
spades? Like,
where are the
I was like,
hot
where are all
girls?
the
Where are
girls?
the hot girls?
I loved that.
Yeah.
They were throwing spades at each other and cutting them, shooting shooting spades and diamonds.
It was
That
weird, and the
awesome.
song was too rock.
Yeah, Chris Cornell was.
Even
a
though I
little
came
weird.
around on that song a lot, and I liked it. I like it a lot as a song by itself.
A lot of Bond songs do that, right? I mean, we've talked about this. This is us just repeating ourselves at this point for sure. But the Sam Shepard or whatever his name is,
Sam
song.
Smith.
Sam Smith, yeah. Like I did not like that when I first heard it. I did not like it when I saw it in the movie. I like it now.
I want to throw in one little detail is that so the world of Son Enough I think has the most nudity, and they continued using practical effects to some degree. Obviously they were done with keys and in post production and stuff, but like the theme is oil because that's the plot of the movie. It deals with oil, so it's a lot of hot girls being like naked chicks, like it's just silhouettes of them being covered in oil. On the DVD, there's a making of that actually shows for some reason the raw footage. They just blur out the tits and pussy, but it is a naked girl getting doused in green slime because with like a blue background, or maybe it's blue slime, green background, because that's how they fucking like matted that together and shit. And it's like, just release the raw footage. I just want to see a hot naked chick, not fucking illuminated and made into a silhouette, just completely naked with her pussy out, just getting covered in green slime. Show that. That's better. James Bond.
That would be amazing. So wait, didn't they keyed out the blue, obviously, but then they key out the human flesh tone?
It was like something like where the oil like sparkled. It had like a different sheen to it if you watch the opening credits.
Right. Yeah, but it wasn't on. Was it on bare bodies? I thought it was like on like nothing, and then like bodies were formed and stuff at times.
I don't know. It was just an element they keyed together.
Quantum of
somehow.
Solace had some sexy women in the sand.
Yeah, they brought it back. That's the only Quantum of Solace's opening credit sequence. The only thing I like about it.
Yeah, that is a nice.
Yeah,
one.
they have the titties in the sand and the hips and the butts in the sand.
Too bad the song's like terrible.
I don't mind the song. I don't mind the song either.
I don't mind that song either, but that once again, that's a song that I didn't like as much the first time I heard it, and then it did grow on me.
All right, let's move on.
Guys, we didn't talk about, except for me, I guess a little bit, we didn't talk about a single classical Bond. We only talked about Pierce enough.
Because they got sexier once they moved on.
Yeah, for like 10 years it was the same. It was like shit projected on like girls and like and the actor. Like it was the same thing for years.
Yeah, Goldfinger did set the standards for sure.
Okay, I'm not sure this is entirely appropriate. Coming from Ballard, what is the most fabulous boner-inducing role from a Kevin Spacey movie, I guess, knowing what we know now?
Yes.
I don't know how to answer this.
I can answer first,
Okay,
guys,
perfect.
because it's my boner. I don't mind going first. Guys, I actually, having rewatched a couple scenes from Superman Returns,
Okay.
I've been like, wow, Lex Luthor is even more monstrous. Like knowing Kevin Spacey now and seeing him do the things. Like, what's the line when he's with Lois Lane? He goes, "I can see it's on the tip of your tongue. Go ahead and say it." And she's just like, "The press are gonna have it." He goes, "No, not that thing. The other thing on the tip of your tongue. What's that thing you're gonna say?" She goes, "Superman will never." And he goes, "Wrong." Like seeing that Kevin Spacey come out of Lex Luthor there is so fucked up now, knowing like what he has done and like all the allegations around him and all that shit. It's kind of insane. It's a little intense.
Seems dumb.
Okay.
You guys, is this really too sensitive for you guys? I can give another.
No,
boner
I got
if you guys
No,
know about it.
I think that was good. That was fine.
No, I mean, is this boner too sensitive for you guys?
No,
You guys
I think it's
It's
fine.
not too sensitive. I don't know if I have an answer, but I'll play along.
Okay. Usual Suspects could be a good one you could do.
No,
You
don't,
could do,
don't.
House of Cards.
I've got mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna say because I just rewatched this not long ago because it's on Netflix. I rewatched L.A. Confidential, in
What?
which he's
Jack Van Sands?
he's like the borderline dirty cop who's like fully aware. It never really occurred to me like the first time I watched it, like they don't really stop the whole prostitution thing or even really care to stop it. They're trying to solve murders and shit. And I think that's the plot. But like Kevin Spacey's fully aware of the Los Angeles underground sex for money like scene, and he's facilitating it in order to advance his showbiz cop career, basically. And he's still the good guy, a good guy. He's not the good guy, but he's still like one of the good guys. He gets shot in the end, right?
He dies.
Yeah.
Roland Tomasi shoots him.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are the two that walk away? It's Russell Crowe and Guy Pearce. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, right? Sorry.
It's the chief of police, Boyle. He shoots him in his kitchen.
This whole thing is that like he's not.
Yeah.
He knows secrets is
Spoiler
the point of the
alert.
character. He's a secret knower. And the whole thing that strikes me about Kevin Spacey is, I mean, we have to bring it up. Like he did his weird video from his kitchen
Yes.
playing.
What the fuck was that?
That was really weird.
So
Who told him to do that? Someone filmed that.
Do you know what the
Someone said,
current
"This is a good idea"?
Do you know what the current theory of that? What that is?
No, what?
No.
Is that is a basically the underlying thing is I told you my deepest darkest secrets, Brian. Like so Brian hasn't gone down yet because he knows enough that he could potentially bring down Hollywood in a way like you can't just lift out the Weinstein Company like the way that like they survived his fall. But Brian has had enough people at his boy parties that are powerful enough within the industry. This is the only reason I was hesitant to do this is because this might be libelous or slander or whatever.
Yeah,
but
wait, allegedly. Everything allegedly.
Allegedly. I know nothing.
And
I've read it.
Nation, in case you don't know exactly what we're talking about, because we kind of did skip over it real fast. Kevin Spacey released a video on his YouTube page that he was Frank Underwood, and as if Frank Underwood didn't die. So just in case that was not clear earlier, that's what we're referring to. Kevin Spacey saying all this shit to Bryan Singer.
And basically, the gist of the in character speech is, this is how you're going to treat me. I told you my deepest darkest secrets, and I know your deepest darkest secrets. You think you can do this to me without me bringing other people down? Like that's pretty much the gist of what he's saying in character.
Wow.
And if you bring that to like, oh yeah, basically every single top gay executive has gone to Bryan Singer's huge pool parties. I mean, you've seen photos of them. they look like fucking Greek, Roman, whatever orgies,
bathhouses,
but with a lot of boys there probably. And you know, allegedly, not all of the boys were allegedly 18. So he's got dirt, Bryan Singer, on because he was kind of the host along with maybe Roland Emmerich sometimes about in a way that every studio would be massively impacted in massive celebrities and people that we just love that we don't want to see fall, like the guy who played Gandalf would be implicated. And it's like, hey, you can't just do this. You can't just ostracize this to me. Remember there was a
wait. Where's the Ian McKellen shit coming from? I haven't heard any of that.
He's been at Bryan Singer's parties.
Oh, you just because of that alone? You mean?
I mean, he's known him and been friends with him since apt pupil. So,
Jesus, yeah, I know. Yeah,
and he has a thing for much younger men.
Crazy! Wow.
His like boyfriend's like 20, or was.
I did not know any of this at all, and I gotta say honestly, guys, I maybe watched the first 2 minutes of the video or minute of the video. I didn't really go that far into it.
It was bizarre.
It is bizarre, but like it says that basically Bryan Singer is not taking his phone calls and that dude wants to work again, and Singer's still got the enough influence, as do other people, to kind of get him back.
Does he?
He's still got Red Sonja lined up.
Yeah, I know that. That's kind of interesting.
Starring Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, that's Red Sonja. Well, yeah. I'm sure you could find a role for him in there somewhere.
It's interesting that all this stuff is going on with Bohemian Rhapsody, and he is just missing from all of the conversation.
Yeah. Well, and it's the thing, like Esquire had this whole thing where they had this massive takedown article with all these people who are like, yeah, dude, they were boys. It was weird, but they didn't publish it for some fucking weird reason. They just sat on it. New York Times published the takedown of Harvey Weinstein. They had their lawyers ready. They knew exactly what the fallout would be. They knew what the fallout would be. And it would be liable. They knew how to deal with it. The Esquire thing, squashed, doesn't get published, even though Brian put out like his lawyers put out like explanations of what. No, I mean, I'm very interested in like what like Hollywood, you know, gossip and rumors and shit. And this is all this is. This is all this is.
Slander.
This is all this is. This is gossip.
This is not slander. This is just allegedly. Noli, do you have anything from Kevin Spacey that maybe you just now that you're watching it back, you're just like, oh, that's a movie I really like. He's in it, and it sucks that he's in it.
Yeah.
What?
K-Pax.
K-Pax.
Coming to us from Nolan.
Yes.
What is the most fabulous action scene
again
in Last Action Hero?
Shit. I think I had one like that actually.
This is obvious.
Is it? I don't think much of Last Action Hero. I think
your taste is so weird, man. Last Action Hero is a great fucking movie. And
no, my taste is good.
You hate Waterworld
I love
too?
Last Action Hero.
Oh man, we're talking about 5-star films here.
It's the movie I saw as a kid because I couldn't get to see Jurassic Park for the 4th time in 3 days because it was sold out, and begrudgingly watched Last Action Hero. And it was just like,
You just don't
this
get it.
movie
You don't
doesn't
get it.
work.
You don't understand it.
Oh, by the way, Ian McKellen's in that movie.
He is.
He's death.
Yeah, wink.
Wink.
Death for anyone who knows
Topical.
too much and talks.
I think I'm repeating myself because I think we talked about a little bit about Last Action Hero in depth in our Pumping Arnold episode.
Probably.
So forgive me, but I'll just give my quick boner on this, and then if I come up with something else, I'll mention it. So my quick boner for Last Action Hero would be when Arnold is in the elevator that gets gunned down by the helicopter, and then the elevator is falling or starting to fall, and Arnold kind of grabs on to the window frame, and then it breaks. And then he holds onto the gold little section of window frame as he free falls, and then lets go of it, and then they both free fall until he grabs on to a wrecking ball that his daughter, the boy, the boy is driving and catches him, and that that whole shot is like just blows me away.
Yeah.
The keying done around Arnold, the rotoscoping is so fucking good. He
one of the best.
looks legit. Like,
one
it
of the
looks
best.
like he's there, like he's in an actual environment.
Yeah.
He's not. He's on a green screen.
Okay.
Yeah. I Ballard, I'm coming right now
okay.
to talk about that scene.
I'll go.
That's my
I'll
favorite.
go next.
Yeah.
Pass. Nolan.
Pass.
Pass.
I don't remember like action scenes from that movie. I just remember its failed concept.
The concept's sound.
What? I love it. Yeah. Yeah.
The concept's
Dominic Tyrion.
perfect. It's Arnold
Tyrion.
lampooning himself.
Yes.
It's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah, but it also while trying to be Arnold.
It works. It works flawlessly.
When Arnold is Arnold in that, it's great actually. When Arnold's at the premiere as himself,
I
and
love that
he's
part.
acting as himself, taking photos with people, and he's with his wife. It is amazing. It is Oscar fucking material.
You promised you wouldn't plug the restaurant.
Yes.
6.3.
That's high for a movie that bombed at the box office and is universally hated. Now you see there's a cult following that loves that film that has raised it. That's hundreds of thousands of tens to bring up the fucking hundreds of thousands of ones.
The opening shot when he's walking on top of police squad cars and he's just walking by sirens until he walks down a hood. 36% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
Good
we're well
Lord.
aware that critics
46.
fucking...
Oh yeah, critics. But what about audiences?
Oh, 'cause
46%.
Rotten Tomatoes is the perfect like fucking example of like what's a good movie. Oh, High Hunger Games fucking 2 that has a 93%.
Wait, does it really? Hunger Games
Something
2?
like that. High Last Jedi movie you guys hate has a 91%.
Not users. It's got a low.
What's the user
score.
for Last Jedi? That I'm actually curious.
Sure, it's low.
91% tomato score. Come on, adjust. There you go. 45% audience score. The audiences are correct in both cases.
I also love the chicken scene in the real world in New York when it's like a long take where Arnold's in the car, the door slams, he drives off, you watch Arnold in a car just drive off into another car, they head-on collision, the boy runs to fucking Arnold, he hops out of the car, I think it might be an edit there, and then it's like Arnold's just immediately like, what the fuck? Like, ow, that hurt. That's real. That's what it's like. I love that.
They do the old long take trick of like coming across like a pole or something and like doing like a hard cut.
Yeah, on the pan, they cut it.
Yeah.
Somehow. Yeah. But I love that shot.
I don't know
love it.
I don't know why Boner Moment is that movie. Is it the opening scene where he fights the axe murderer on the roof and they throw the axe and he dodges it in slow mo? Like that's amazing. Or is
Which
it
is
the Jack
also
Slater
the ending
4
scene.
intro? The Jack Slater 4 intro is amazing.
Jack Slater 4 is it's
Best
the
opening
best.
title sequence of all time, better than fucking Goldfinger and Goldeneye. It's a great film. I love it dearly. Last Action Hero for me is a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5, boys. Absolutely. All right, Felk doesn't have anything. We can just move on.
I like when he tries to fuck that hot chick in the Blockbuster. I miss Blockbusters.
Angie
and
Everhart.
those are real models, like Angie Everhart or something like that.
Is that Angie Everhart? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them is.
Not the girl he tries to fuck. She's blonde.
No.
What's Arnold Schwarzenegger's character name from the Expendables series?
Oh, fuck! I didn't think he had a
He's
name. in the
wasted.
First one.
He's it's a one name thing. It's not Dutch, but it's something else.
It's Trench.
Trench.
French.
There we
Yes.
Yeah, nobody cares about anything Arnold Schwarzenegger does now.
That's not true. I absolutely love shit he's done now. It's just I didn't care for the Expendables 2 that much.
Maggie, you like that Maggie?
Maggie wasn't bad. Yeah, Maggie wasn't bad.
Okay.
I like The Last Sheriff, whatever it's called. Last Stand. Last Stand.
Last Man Standing. That wasn't bad either.
Last
yeah.
Stand.
It's The Last Stand.
Oh, The Last Stand. Wait, but there was Last Man Standing was
Bruce Willis.
But there was one he just did really recently, and it was so fucking good. And it was a drama about having his wife and daughter killed in a plane crash, and like it's all about this drama about dealing with
you
that.
Like that one?
That was good. Yeah, he was really good in that shit. Yeah.
Aftermath?
Aftermath. Yeah, that was really good.
See, watching Arnold like act dramatically is a struggle for me. Like it kind of happened at End of Days. I wasn't buying it.
I love End of Days.
I know you do.
I love it. It's one of the few movies he has a beard.
Felk?
Pass. Oh.
Pass on what? On best
already
Arnold
passed.
role?
You already passed.
Okay, coming to God damn it, Ballard. Coming to us from Ballard. What is the most fabulous Tom Hanks peeing in a movie scene? Weirdly
Yes.
enough, there are multiple choices here. Quite a few,
There
actually.
It's actually something that happens
I
a lot.
only know-
And
I know League of Their Own and Forrest Gump. There's more?
Green Mile,
lot,
he
actually.
has, it's like a
Green
major
Mile is the plot of the
point.
movie.
It's the point of the movie, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
the fact that he can't pee. He pees in Castaway into the ocean.
Yep. That's when he sees
Oh
the
my
shipper
God.
and he's
Sees
like
the ship?
freaking out and he starts doing SOS.
This is huge.
Forrest Gump, he asks to pee with JFK and then he goes and pees in the
Yeah.
White House.
Yes.
Been mentioned.
Oh, you mentioned that? Sorry, yeah. Apollo 13, he pees into space and they say, there you go, the constellation U Ryan, which at the time I actually thought, oh shit, is there a constellation U Ryan? I don't know. And then I was like, oh, you're Ryan, you're in. Oh, I get it, you're in.
What a joke, Ron Howard.
Mm-hmm. Who was it? Kevin Bacon, I think that says it.
It's,
Ron
yeah.
Howard wrote that line.
Or Bill Paxton.
It's confirmed.
It was Bill Paxton.
Oh, that is such a
said it.
Bill Paxton line.
Oh,
Fucking
shit.
ass like a 10-year-old boy. Bill Paxton's
Oh my
got
God!
all the lines.
Small little penis, Bill Paxton. Rest
Don't
in
say
peace.
that. Don't
Rest
say
in
that.
peace. Oh, is this an R.I.P.?
Bill Paxton died with a small penis on the 5 while doing blow off a hooker's tit.
I heard he had a huge dick.
The biggest. Small penis. Ass like a 10-year-old boy.
A pair of titties make you want to stand up and beg for buttermilk. Ass like a 10-year-old boy.
Phil, what'd you hear?
What?
Phil, we're doing an RIP.
Who? Who's R.I.P.? What are you talking about?
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton's eulogy.
Yeah, he died.
In memoriam.
But how was it?
It was great. I don't know what you're asking me. I'm lost. I can't. I couldn't follow where we got there. You guys
Bill
were talking
Paxton,
about
big dick or small dick? Did he die? Yes or no?
Bill Paxton died years ago. He was a really great actor who's been a supporting character in tons of great movies and is the lead in only one movie I can think of, Twister.
Twister.
Oh yeah, Twister.
He made a career out of being like fifth build. And he's
It's
great.
a great career.
Yeah, it's a great career.
The biggest dick.
Smallest. It's so sad. Small penis.
I'm gonna say A League of Our Own because that one left an impression on me, and I think about like the idea of like
I
peeing
forgot
being
we were
that
doing
long.
a boner for Tom Hanks peeing in a movie because we got so into Bill Paxton.
That's why I got lost. I got confused. Did you actually briefly think you were thinking of what's the best Bill Paxton moment?
Yeah,
Kinda was.
and rest in peace.
Yeah.
I would have to say, A League of Their Own is great. Yeah, when he walks into the girls' locker room, that's fucking awesome. And he just drunk as fuck, just pisses right there in front of them, doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, it's that because every time now when I take a long piss, I think, did I just beat Tom Hanks? Did I beat Tom Hanks?
No.
I think I did.
No. I do want to say though that Michael Clark Duncan playing a retarded character who grabs Tom Hanks by the dick and then vomits out gnats.
That was intense.
That's in a movie.
And now they're both dead.
Yeah.
What?
Rest in peace, Tom Hanks.
Rest in peace, Tom Hanks. Also, rest in peace, Michael Clark Duncan, except that's kind of insensitive because he's actually dead. But then so is Bill Paxton, so that kind of defeated the whole rest in peace for people he thought were still alive.
I heard Tom Hanks died on the 5 doing blow off a hooker's tit.
That would be how Tom Hanks does.
He had the biggest dick.
Yeah.
The biggest.
Yeah. Rest in peace, everybody.
Yeah.
I might have to go with actually I'm gonna go with Apollo 13 as my boner only because it's CGIP.
Are we on the last one?
Okay.
Last boner?
Our final boner comes from Felk, me, and it brings things both sexy and also a little more PG-13. We've been too crude this episode. What is the most fabulous clothed ass shot in a movie?
Okay, so this feels like this is retreading ground too in a movie.
No, clothed.
If you say Scarlett Johansson in Avengers when she's trapped with the Hulk, that's retreading ground.
Nope.
Okay, good. By the way, that's mine.
God damn it. Don't pick this because we've already done it. But I'm picking this.
Guys, I've rewatched these movies because I'm on my Marvel marathon, and I'm trying to watch it. What scene is this that you guys are so fucking infatuated with? Because I don't see it. Like, what is this scene where her ass looks
She's
so
pinned
good?
under the wreckage, and I'll post
That's a fucking stunt double.
No, I'll show it to
That's
you.
her face. You see her face is in frame.
I actually have it right here.
Her face is in frame
Okay.
too.
Here.
I mean,
All
her just standing in front of Loki's the best shot from that movie ever asked. But I don't want to even talk about it. In fact, I might as well just change my boner to what is the most fabulous clothed ass shot in a movie that is not in the MCU? Disqualified. And I've got my answers because I have a couple.
I think I know. I'm trying to think of. Oh, clothes. Oh, okay.
Clothes.
That makes,
Going
it,
here.
that makes it difficult.
You got to make it PG-13.
Nolan, check this out. I just sent it in our Skype. That's it, right, Felk?
Yeah, that is indeed the shot.
That's
But her
mine.
face
If we were,
is in the foreground. Her butt's way back in the background.
but it looks so good.
I don't understand you guys here. I don't get it, guys. I'm sorry. I don't
The
get
Mjolnir
it.
Quim scene is also great when she's walking up to Loki and her ass is just so perfect.
Yeah, it's all very good, but it's not.
Guys, her butt here is like the least prominent thing in the frame. Like, I don't understand why you guys like are obsessing over this shot. It's nothing.
Guys, we talked about my boner. I'll just go because no one's going yet. We talked about my boner in another episode. I'll give it away when I describe the episode. The episode was a top 5 list of ours about a special actor. This actor, in fact, while we were going to describe 5 films we loved this actor, we actually had watched a movie we didn't like that this actor was in. And this movie has the best ass shot, clothed best ass shot ever. This is the movie The Mummy that spearheaded the dark universe. And Tom Cruise's ass, when he's getting up in the beginning of the film, and his beautiful round butt cheeks that look padded, but he says are not padding, is possibly the most legendary, most fabulous, clothed ass shot in a movie.
Yeah. It's the best from Valkyrie, right?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh yeah, Valkyrie. What did I say? The Mummy?
You said the Mummy. I was confused.
Oh,
at
I
first.
said the Mummy? I thought it was the Mummy.
All right. How many fucking things? How much do I have to add to this boner before it becomes usable? All right.
It's Valkyrie.
What is the most boner?
I'll give you one.
Boner change.
I'll give you one.
What
I'll
is
give
the
you one.
most
I got
fabulous
I got one.
female clothed
I got one.
ass
I got
shot
one.
from a movie not in the MCU?
I got one.
Female ass.
Yes.
I got one.
Don't take mine. Let me go first.
No.
Let me go
fine.
first.
That's mine.
Oh, God damn it.
That's
really?
mine. That's mine. Yes, because when I was 4 years old, I watched Catherine Zeta-Jones go under that laser in the trailer for Entrapment, and I was blown away. I was like, that is the best ass I've ever seen. Is it a stunt double? Is it confirmed that it's actually her
That's gotta
ass?
be her. That's not a stunt.
It looks like her. Guys, I saw that movie on the big screen because I had to see that movie because I skipped school that day to go get episode 1 tickets on release, and the only thing that was playing I wanted to see was Entrapment, so I went and saw Entrapment. Big screen. That is Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Guys,
absolutely.
It's the only ass
I hope
that's so good that they put it in the trailer.
Yes. Well, that's not true. There's been other asses in trailers, but I mean, that's the one that sold them. That movie was sold on that ass.
It was. The music stopped in the trailer with like, "Pew," when her ass went under the laser. Like, oh, gotta see it.
Yeah, it's so
okay,
good.
so I can't pick Tom Cruise in Valkyrie or maybe The Mummy. Who knows? I can't pick any Scarlett Johansson from any Marvel Cinematic Universe. So best clothed ass shot on film. Fuck.
You could just agree with us.
Well, no. Because I mean, you come up with another one. My honorable runner-up is actually, I think her name is Bo Garrett from Entourage. Her ass in Tron Legacy in white latex is fucking phenomenal. It's when she first comes into the club.
Yes.
And the elevator opens, and you see her standing there. Her ass is just pretty much what a perfect ass is.
End of the Line Club.
End of the Line Club, yes.
Great movie. I actually like Tron Legacy a lot. I know I'm one of the very few that do.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
I love it.
It falls apart in the third act.
Fucking love it.
0 out of 5, boys.
It falls apart in the third act, but I like it. You said 0 out of 5?
That's horrible.
Oh, okay.
5 out of 5 for me.
What?
God damn it! I honestly don't know.
Jesus
This is one of the
Christ.
ones I wish I could like scan a whole bunch of
the
asses
fuck?
first. I guess fine. Entrapment. Unfortunately, I wish I could be more creative. But I cannot think of anything off the top of my head.
Think about how many asses in jeans and in tight yoga pants and tight latex have been in movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I only disqualify
Millions.
the MCU. You could still pick fucking. You should pick Michelle Pfeiffer's ass as Catwoman. That's a great latex ass.
I can't think of an actual shot with her ass.
Or Val Kilmer's ass in Batman Forever.
No, he's a man.
Oh, that's a man. It has to be female. It could be. Oh yeah, Batman and Robin, right? At least she's Silverstone.
Yeah,
that's not a good ass.
I will go, however, with I'm gonna go with Batman and Robin, Alicia Silverstone as Barbara, not Gordon.
No, you don't want to do that.
And Barbara Pennyworth, I guess.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No, that ass was good. I love that ass, and I always wanted to see that ass. And ever since Forever, when I knew that I had already seen Forever, and I saw the sweet asses and cod pieces, and I knew when we were getting Batman and Robin that we were getting Barbara, we were getting Batgirl. I already played it in my head that we were going to see that ass shot on Barbara. And I was waiting for Alicia Silverstone because I apparently heard in The Crush you see her ass, but I would never be able to see The Crush. It was, too R for me. It was too hard for me, for baby boy Ballard. So
yeah,
my closest moment to The Crush ass shot was Batman and Robin's Alicia Silverstone clothed ass shot. So maybe that'll be mine.
There's a part where in G.I. Joe Rise of the Cobra where Rachel Nichols also gets off treadmill, and I agree that rubber molded asses are good.
There we go. Adrian Palicki in G.I. Joe, the second one after that. Retaliation. When she's in her jogging outfit in like Washington D.C. or something.
Sienna Miller's ass is also quite good.
That Sienna Miller ass though in that poster is not her real ass.
Probably not. Nothing about her real. That looks like a CGI face.
Yeah.
That's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
It is.
Allegedly.
Cobra Commander.
Okay. Well, okay.
Great movie. Great movie, by the way. Rise of Cobra is actually pretty good.
I feel like this is one that requires a little bit extra,
3 out of 5.
You have to really reach. Because you want to go for bare asses, don't you?
I do. I really want to go for bare asses. 3.5 out of 5 boys, though, for G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra.
Yeah.
Because if it was bare asses, Patrick Swayze wins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck yeah. Or Emilio Estevez.
Emilio Estevez.
You know what the most overrated...
Loaded Weapon
not
1.
bare ass shot in a movie is Angelina Jolie's in Wanted. They sold the movie on her ass, and her ass is just like, she's.
Oh, I liked it.
That was peak Jolie though. That was peak Jolie.
That was
past. No, that was like a day or two after.
No, Jolie was peak for probably.
Wait, did Phil just say that was a pass?
I said overrated. I didn't say pass.
She was past peak. She was past.
Yeah, past peak. Not. I would pass on having sex with her, Nolan. Who do you fucking think I am?
Okay.
No, I think you're wrong. I think Jolie was peak for like 8 years. Honestly, I think Jolie was peak from like what 99 to like 2007.
No one peaks for 8 years. Britney Spears was like top tier. Britney Spears had like 2 years of peak at best. And
Johansson's been peaking for like 19 years.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it Johansson's past expiration date.
Oh,
I mean, I still want it. I'll still
Felk's getting ready for that Brie Larson moving her way.
I will.
in.
Yeah. Oh, God. I will still take
Captain Marvel's coming.
I would still take well past his expiration date, ScarJo. I'll take ScarJo 15 years from now over Brie Larson today.
Wait, you're telling me?
I don't know what's gonna happen to her. She might be in a horrible accident.
There's a fresh bag of Brie Larsons right there.
Yeah.
Then below in a basket, there's a whole bunch of bags of day-old ScarJos.
Yeah.
You're grabbing the day-old ScarJo rather than going for the fresh Brie Larson?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Good boy.
Yeah. Without question. Well, that was the fucking best boners we have ever drawn. Not really. Boners so fresh to death that I need some immediate release. Get dressed up, you fucking boys. Time to hit up the clubs, you fucking boys. No, not those dance clubs that you're thinking of, you cheap fucking dates with those hot outfits. No, I'm talking about strip clubs, bitches, where we can wear sweatpants without underwear so our erections will rub all over the girls. Don't wear sweatpants, wear khakis without underwear. They can't avoid them. They have to touch them. Ha ha! Ooh, I like it hard. It's like you guys have never been to a strip club. Just thinking now of those bright lights flashing, the smell of voluptuous vulvas sweating, and the sight of rock-hard girl bods rocking. You have never been to a strip club before. If you think the bods are rock-hard, they're soft and voluptuous and filled with silicone. Rockin' brings me to the edge of erupting buttloads of jizz in my pants. But I haven't gotten to my favorite part yet. My favorite part about strip clubs is lady breasts and women vaginas everywhere from top to bottoms. Topless titties bouncing to the beat of the music, rarely. Pulsating pussies gyrating to the beat of my... I'm not even going to read this. It's so filled with inaccuracies. Who wrote this? Which one of you?
I wrote it.
Bare bottoms spreading for the licks from my tongue.
Wait, finish pulsating. Start with pulsating again.
Pulsating pussies gyrating to the beat of my cock. Bare bottoms spreading for the licks from my tongue. You wouldn't even know that happens if I hadn't told you about it. Especially with my main girl, Cherry Sparkles, not even right for a stripper name. They never have last names. Size. I miss her so much since she passed away from heart disease and complications from diabetes. She was so fucking fat. Okay. Ballard, if a stripper dies early, the most likely cause is
overdose.
AIDS.
ODing.
Okay.
She was so fucking fat with humongous hooters. Just the way I like them. You know what they say, more cushion for the pushing is what I always like to say. I've never seen like that fat a stripper. I mean, I've seen some fat ones though. Yeah, huge ass, son. Swallow my dick up whole like she's the Nutty Professor. She had dumps like a truck. Things is like a what?
No, thighs.
Thighs like a what? Baby, move your butt. I think I'll say it again. She had. No, I'm not going to read any of that.
Read it.
All night long, let me see that thong. I like it when the beat goes dun dun duh. Baby, make your booty go dun dun duh. Baby, I know you want to show dun dun dun. That thong. Is that Cisco? You're quoting Cisco on our podcast.
Yes.
By the way,
it's a great song.
We could probably reach out to Cisco. Cisco has been on like the most pathetic podcast ever. He'll do anything. Anyone can get a hold of Cisco.
Should I hit up Cisco with our standard message to celebrities?
Yeah, sure. Cool Boy Nation, tell us what you think about this episode's fabulous boner moments in movies. Also, if you have any questions or any more insight on our fabulous boners, then let us know by emailing us at thecoolboyspodcast@gmail.com. New episodes of the Cool Boys Podcast come out every Tuesday. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Cool Boys. Also, please review us on iTunes. Also, donate to us on Patreon. It only costs $1, and you will receive also special access to content too hot to air. You can also find the Cool Boys on Patreon at patreon.com/coolboyspodcast. Also, please check out our other great Cool Boy Central content with Batman and Beyond on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. Thank you for listening. Stay cool, Cool Boy Nation. Can't read this part because it's currently being written. Until next time, when I start the Book of Felk begins. Where no commitments. I don't know. I still might need to pull out prematurely.
Oh well, then just read Evergreen then.
Until next time, it's Byzies from Felk in my butt.
Oh, you got some strange names, Felk.
That's Byzies from Ballard.
In
my butt.
That's Byzies from Noli in my butt.
You are an upstanding American boy.
You have excelled in all things.
I pump while I dump. Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Oh, yeah.
This episode of the Cool Boys Podcast was brought to you by...
Did we address enough of Larry's email? I guess we did, right?
Talk way too much about... Larry's gotten more than enough fucking airtime from us.
Get the
Cool Boys.